Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about Erasmus Mundus Master's Scholarship, how to apply for it, what are some of the critical requirements, because many of my friends reached out to me and asked me how to apply because the whole of the format is quite confusing. I'll put this link down in the description below so that you can do the same steps as I have. So those of you who don't know me, I'm Zishan, and this is a little my startup of my YouTube channel, and I'm a recent nursing graduate. I was also awarded this Erasmus Mundus Master's Scholarship. I am currently based in Budapest, Hungary, and I'm leaving to Spain to study my master's program in public health and disasters. So let's get back to the topic where we have Erasmus Mundus Master's catalog. What it basically means is that you can filter out of more than 300 programs the programs of your choice, and you can look for the requirements, deadlines. Application is mostly open nowadays for most of these programs. There were some new programs being launched this year, and I think the process is already complete. Here I will let you know about these 6 sections. So in this one you can try to filter, either you can go for all of these study programs and read one by one, but since there are many of them, I will recommend doing some advanced search by filtering the item of your interest. For example, as I told that I am a nursing graduate, so I will choose life sciences. Country, I don't think it's interesting for me because whichever program will run in different countries. So one of the fundamental information I'd like to give here is that these programs are not one of those traditional master's or bachelor's program in which you just study in one university in a specific city or a country, but rather these programs tend to bring you around the world. So let's say basically one program will be starting their first semester in let's say Spain, then second semester could be in Sweden, or could be happening in Cyprus. So eventually you'll end up visiting 2 or 3 countries every different semester. By the end of your program, I think you'll have like 3 countries that you would have traveled and learned from different universities and different curriculums, and that's just the internationalization of this program. So this is one of those very I would say prestigious scholarships that students can apply for. So I'll let you know more of these, but let's just filter the programs. So I would say country could be any, universities could be any. Student intake is kind of important because you don't want to be looking at the programs that were started in 2018 and that were also offered in 2019 or even 2020. Since this is 2020, already the batch is started, so you want to be looking for 2021 and further. So let's say 2021, since you would like to apply for the next year, so I'll filter that. ECTS credits, it doesn't matter. There are a list of, either you can choose from 60, 20 or that special kind of masters, but that doesn't really matter. So year of the project selection, I would say we can leave it also blank, and now we can apply these 2 kind of filters. You can definitely choose your specific field of study and go ahead with that. So as I have filtered down, I have this list of the programs that deal with the health science or life science field. So here it is. The first master is JMD Aquaculture, Precision Medicine, Biological Chemical Engineering. There is another Material Pharmaceutical Science, Environmental Contamination, Animal Breeding, Genetics, Soil Science, Dermatological, Public Health in Disasters, and many more. So the program I was admitted in is this one, so Public Health and Disasters. This was my actually second choice. There was another master's last year that was offered. It was Erasmus Mundus Masters in Critical Care and Emergency Nursing. I did apply for that. That was my kind of first choice, if that could have been offered for me. But since I wasn't offered for that, this was my second choice, so I accepted the offer. The third choice I'll show you is, my third choice was this one, so International Master in Innovative Medicine. Another caveat of these programs is that some of those programs require you to take IELTS, and some of those don't. It depends on two different things. So if program is highly competitive, you might have to definitely take IELTS, because they would prefer those people who have scored great in IELTS. Or if program runs in one of these two countries, that is Ireland and the UK, then you will also have to take the IELTS. Or not only two countries, I would say one of those 6 countries, including UK, Ireland, United States, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. So remember these. Or since the program, as I said, almost all of them are highly competitive, it would be an excellent idea to take IELTS beforehand. But let's say this is not a very good time to take IELTS, as test centers tend to delay the exam, and it might be like 2 months later that you might be taking the IELTS. You can still book for the IELTS and ask your university or the institute to wait for your IELTS results until you apply, because the deadlines of the most programs are in 30th December somewhere. One of the other things you might also want to declare is that if you've been living in the European country for the past 12 months, or any time in your life for the 12 months or more that you might have studied here, then you are eligible to apply as the program country participants. But if you haven't been living in the Europe, any of those 28 or 26 member states, then you are eligible to apply for the partner country applicants. What does that mean is that there are several fundings per year that you might be getting a bit less if you are a European participant, that is the program country participant, than those who are coming from the partner countries. For example, those are non-EU member states. But that's just a little complicated thing that I've mentioned. Another thing I spoke about the IELTS, as I already told that there are two differentiation. They might want to ask IELTS because the program runs in one of those 6 native English speaking countries, or because program is highly competitive. So it's a good idea to take IELTS, but sometimes of course you don't have the resources or just the time to put in to take IELTS, and you don't want to miss on the deadlines. In this case, you definitely want to ask your coordinator to either maybe wait for it, or if you have studied in English language, then you can ask your university to issue you an English proficiency letter, or so-called the evidence of the language instruction language, that was English, so they can put down some of the words that your program was conducted in English, and all the course books were also in English, and they can also be happy to give you like that you may not have any difficulties to study your masters in English. So these are some words that your university can put on your letter if you have previously done your bachelor's degree in English language. And most of the bachelor degrees are taught in English, so I think that won't be a problem. But again, IELTS is always good to have at the back of your hand. But if you don't, then of course go for the English proficiency letter. Ask it from your university's administration office. So that's that. So the third thing that I would like to talk to you about is the letter of references. So what are letter of references? Those are those letters that you can ask from your teachers, from your co-workers if you are working under them. So some of your supervisors or managers can give you that they kind of know you as their peer, or they are your supervisors, and what works you are involved in, what are your specific qualifications that they are recommending you for, and anything that could be helping writing that motivation reference letter for you. And I think next big one is the motivation letter. You can write it down. Why are you interested in, let's say, studying bio and pharmaceutical material science European Masters? Definitely click on it, go ahead with the description and learn about it more. And if you find your interest, then look what you are interested in and then put those keywords in your motivation letter. And since you are applying for master's program at this stage, I expect that you do know what a motivation letter is and how to write it. So there are many templates on the internet you can also look for. I think the final most important part of the puzzle is to put your CV together, which is, I think you can get it from this Europass platform, resume. I think I can show you here. Sorry. So yeah, it says you see, create Europass CV. I think this website used to be free, but nowadays I think it asks you to pay around €5 to get your CV in the Europass format. So you actually just start login, or if you don't have the account, I think you can make an account with this platform, and yeah, you just go ahead with that and you can create your CV online. It's another video I can go about to just talk about your CV, how to make it, but I think a little bit of browsing at this platform will get you your CV ready. So bring all those documents and look for the program you would like to apply for. And since